In the quiet village of Umuokoro, the night was thick with the smell of wet earth. The moon hung low, hidden behind black clouds, and the wind whispered through the palm trees like voices calling from another world. Adamma, the most beautiful maiden in the village, was known for her laughter that could brighten even the gloomiest day. But this night, there was no laughter. She sat alone on her bamboo bed, staring into the dark, her oil lamp flickering weakly. Her mother's voice came from the other hut. Adamma, boo, go to sleep. You have the market early in the morning. Adamma replied softly, Mama, I will. But she did not lie down. Something was strange tonight. From the open window, a cold wind swept in, carrying with it the faint sound of a flute. Not the kind played by the village boys. No, this one was soft, deep, and calling her name. Adamma. She stood, her bare feet touching the cold floor. The sound was coming from the path that led to the forbidden forest of Agbala Mmụọ, the forest of spirits. Her heart pounded, but her legs moved on their own. She stepped into the night, wearing only her wrapper. The moon slipped from behind the clouds, lighting her way in silver. The flute grew louder. Deep inside the forest, mist curled around the ancient trees. Adamma stopped. There, standing in the clearing, was a man. Tall, broad shoulders, skin dark like the night. His face, hidden in shadow. But his eyes glowed faintly red. He stretched out his hand. Come. Adamma's breath caught in her throat. She wanted to scream. She wanted to run. But something warm and heavy settled over her mind. She stepped forward, and the moment her fingers touched his, the word spun. The next morning, Adamma woke up in her bed. Her head ached. Her mother stood over her. Adamma, Jini Mia. Your wrapper was wet this morning. Where did you go? Adamma blinked. I don't remember. But that day, she felt strange. Hungry, very hungry. Her body was weak, yet her belly seemed heavier. By the seventh day, the whispers began. Have you seen Adamma's stomach? Huh? Could she be pregnant? But how? The elders called for Dibia Okorie, the village's most feared spiritual healer. When the old man arrived, he looked at Adamma, then at her belly. His face changed. His voice was low, trembling. This is not the pregnancy of a man. This is the return of the first sacrifice. That night, Adamma could not sleep. The wind returned. The flute returned. And this time, the voice from the darkness was not calling her name. It was calling from inside her womb. Mama, I am coming soon. The night was heavy in Umuokoro. The moon had risen, blood red in the sky, casting a strange glow over the hut. Adamma sat on her bamboo mat, her hands trembling as she touched her stomach. It had grown, not like a normal pregnancy. 1 week ago, her waist was slim. Now, it was as if she was already 6 months gone. Her mother, Nena, paced the room. Adamma, my daughter, Ijiagwa Emezioku, you will tell me the truth. Which man did this to you? Tears streamed down Adamma's face. Mama, I swear on my father's grave. I don't know. I only remember a man in the forest. But I can't remember his face. Nena froze. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Chinik mi Ebra. God have mercy. She ran out to fetch Dibia Okorie again. The old Dibia entered, carrying a calabash filled with white chalk and a bundle of fresh palm leaves. His eyes locked on Adamma's belly. He circled her 3 times, chanting under his breath. Then, he stopped. It is worse than I feared. He dipped his finger into the chalk, drew strange symbols on her forehead, and then on her stomach. The chalk turned black. The Dibia staggered back. She carries the child of Umuokoro, the spirit who walks in dreams. Nena gasped. Umuokoro. The one from the old stories. The Dibia nodded grimly. Long before this village was built, the ancestors made a sacrifice to a wandering spirit. They gave him the most beautiful maiden in the land. But she escaped before giving birth to his child. Since then, he has returned every 100 years to claim another. He leaned closer to Adamma. My child, the man you saw in the forest is not a man. He has no face, only the shadow of the one who first betrayed him. Adamma woke to the sound of her name, but this time, it came from inside her stomach. It was a soft, deep voice. Mama, it is almost time. The blood moon will rise, and I will come. Her stomach shifted violently under her wrapper. She screamed, waking her mother. When Nena lifted the wrapper, she saw a hand. A black, inhuman hand, pushing out from inside her daughter's belly. The Dibia was called again, but when he arrived, his face was pale. We cannot fight him here. We must take her to the shrine of Oni, the earth goddess. Only she can reject the seed of Umuokoro. But the journey to the shrine was dangerous, it lay deep beyond the forbidden forest. And the blood moon was only 2 nights away. That night, as they prepared to leave, the air in the compound turned cold. The flute was closer now, not from the forest, but from inside their hut. The fire in the heart went out on its own. A shadow slipped across the wall, though there was no one there. And then, he appeared. The man from Adamma's dreams. Tall, dark, eyes glowing faint red. His feet, not touching the ground. He smiled. You cannot take what is mine. The Dibia threw white chalk towards him. The figure vanished, but his laughter remained, echoing through the night like a curse. They set out for the shrine. Nena led the way, holding her daughter's hand. The Dibia followed, muttering prayers. But as they reached the heart of the forest, the path ahead was blocked. Standing there were 7 faceless men dressed in red wrappers, each holding a staff carved from human bone. One of them spoke without moving his lips. She will not leave the forest alive. The Dibia stepped forward, raising his awful staff. Then you will have to kill me first. The faceless men moved closer, their bodies swaying unnaturally, as if the wind was moving them. The air was heavy. The forest began to breathe. And from deep inside Adamma's belly, the voice of the unborn child whispered again. Mama, you cannot run. I will be born tonight. The 7 faceless men stood blocking the path. Their heads tilted in unison, and the air grew colder with each second. Dibia Okorie gripped his staff tightly. His voice cut through the silence. Spirit of the wandering path, by the power of Oni, I command you, move aside. The faceless men did not obey. Instead, they began to hum. A deep, vibrating hum that made the leaves shake and the ground tremble. Adamma clutched her stomach. Mama, it's starting, the pain. Her mother, Nena, panicked. Okorie, do something. The Dibia slammed his staff into the earth. A blinding light burst from the ground, scattering the faceless men like dust. But the victory was short, Adamma screamed, falling to her knees. Her stomach swelled bigger and bigger, as if the child inside was forcing its way out right there in the forest. The Dibia looked to Nena. We can't reach the shrine in time. The child will be born here, unless I break the bond. He knelt before Adamma, pulling a black clay pot from his bag. Inside, there was a swirling red liquid. Drink this. It will burn the seed of Umuokoro from within you. Adamma took the pot, but before it touched her lips, a voice thundered through the forest. If she drinks that, you will all die. From the shadows, Umuokoro appeared. This time, his form was clearer, his skin was like polished obsidian, his teeth sharp like broken shells, and his eyes, pure fire. He raised a hand, and the trees themselves bent toward him, their branches reaching like fingers. She carries my blood. If you kill it, you kill her too. The Dibia stood his ground. Then so be it. We will not allow you to plant your curse again. Umuokoro's smile widened. You think this is our first night with me? This is our 7th. I have been coming in her dreams for months. She was mine long before you noticed. Adamma's eyes filled with tears. Mama, is it true? Is he telling the truth? Before Nena could answer, Adamma screamed again. Her water broke, spilling black liquid onto the forest floor. The moon above turned crimson, flooding the forest with a bloody light. Adamma's body convulsed, her hands digging into the dirt. The Dibia began chanting louder, faster, drawing protective symbols in the air with his staff. Umuokoro laughed. You cannot stop what has already begun. From Adamma's stomach, 2 black, clawed hands pushed out, followed by the head of a child, with eyes glowing the same fiery red as Umuokoro's. Nena screamed, covering her face. The Dibia raised his staff high, summoning a white flame. By the spirit of Oni, I banish you both. The flame struck the ground, and the forest exploded with light. Umuokoro roared in fury as his form began to dissolve into smoke. The child, half-born, shrieked with a voice that was not human. Adamma collapsed, her stomach flattening instantly. When the light faded, Umuokoro was gone. The child was gone. Only the sound of the night insects remained. The Dibia leaned over Adamma. She was breathing, but barely. She will live, but she will never be free. He will return for her when the next blood moon rises. Nena held her daughter close, tears falling onto her face. They returned to Umuokoro before sunrise. The villagers were told the danger was gone, but every night, Adamma still dreams. And somewhere, deep in the forest of Agbala Mmụọ, a flute plays, waiting for the next blood moon.